Today we're going to talk about 3 things that I wish I knew when I started making music and why it's crucial for you young producers and new producers and even experienced producers to pay attention to that too. Let's check it out. Hey, what's up guys? My name's Noah and you're watching The Productive Producer. So when I started making music, I was about 13 years old and I didn't have any sort of clue where I wanted to go. I didn't even realize that I wanted to make music for a living. It wasn't until 5 years later, when I was 18, I realized that I could make beats for a living. And that's what I wanted to do. So I sort of just went in for it head on. I didn't have any sort of guidance. The only guidance I could find was the little information that was on YouTube. Shout out Lucky Date and his Reason tutorials. That helped me so much in the beginning. But there's a lot that I wish I had known going into it, especially with the mindset of wanting to be a professional. I really want to share some of those things that I had to learn the hard way with you guys to make your life easier and to hopefully allow you to expand in your careers and, as cliche as it sounds, musical journeys as you can. Here's the first thing. First thing that I wish I had known: momentum is key to making it in the music industry. We've all seen artists come and go in the industry. We've seen one artist come up, have one big song, and then we don't hear from them again. But other artists, they have one big song, and then they have another big song after another big song after another big song. That's what we call momentum. I want to get honest with you guys for a second. A few years back, I had lucked into some exposure that I had gotten from a remix I'd worked on with my former partner, Mike. It was getting played on the biggest stages. I got to see it played live at EDC. Lots of opportunities came from just that little thing, that little piece. So I'd like to tell you that I buckled down and worked twice as hard and did everything in my power to capitalize on that momentum, but I didn't. I got complacent. I felt like, oh, it's okay if I don't make music this week. I made this cool tune and it's gonna keep bringing in these opportunities. But that is the wrong mindset to have. Any little success that you have has got to increase your workflow. So you lean into that momentum. Even if it's not a career success, maybe you just finally made a song that you're happy about, lean into that. Don't be like me and get complacent, like, oh, I made one good song and now, that's gonna be fine. No, don't do that. Try your best to lean into that. That's gonna get you so much further than just relying on luck. Momentum is what makes bedroom producers into multi-platinum touring artists with long careers. They don't let their foot off the gas when things start going well. Number 2, creativity and inspiration are fleeting. Plan to produce without either of them. I've given well over 300 private lessons since I started teaching. I could tell you by far the number one excuse for not having a track done that week or not having a track finished that week is I couldn't come up with anything or I didn't feel inspired. That mindset is bullshit.
Watch your profanity.
Any creative professional will tell you that you will have to perform when you are not inspired. If you want to be a pro at this, you're going to have deadlines. If you're like, oh, there's just no way I can work without being inspired, then you need to figure out how to turn that on. In a business where you have to show up to work every day, you've got to be able to pull something out. I make music every single week. You guys haven't heard most of my music. 70% of my music is never heard. That's not because I think it's awful. I just don't think it's up to par, right? It's not good enough to go out, but I still make it. I still make something even if I don't think that it's top quality. If you can establish that willingness to create even when you don't feel like creating, you are going to be miles ahead of your peers in just a short amount of time. All right, tip number 3, you don't need to be a famous touring DJ to make it in the music industry. We live in the best time ever to be doing this for a living, to be doing what we do. The bridge to making a living doing music has never been easier to cross. Music licensing, video game music, tutoring or coaching, sync licensing, remixing, affiliate marketing through free content like on YouTube, like you're watching right now, streaming. All of these things are accessible to you right now. Now you might be limited by your skill level, which is okay. You have time to get better. A lot of people will tell you there's only money in live performance. And to some extent, they're right. If you're looking at it through a purely artistic lens, then yes, that's probably going to be the best bet for you to make money. At least the tried and true way. There are a lot more opportunities to make a living other than touring, just like I mentioned before. Plus, you'll be able to sleep and have a normal life on the weekends, which is also a huge plus for me. Bonus tip, make music without expectation. As you get better at making music, people are going to start to take notice. You'll get more streams, you'll get more engagement on your social media, and you'll start to set a standard for what you expect to come from your music each time you release a song. Try your best to limit this mindset. When you're making music, don't ask, will people like this? Ask, do I like this? That's the only filter you should put your music through. Do your proper marketing, do your proper pushing it out to your followers, all of the above. Do your best to get it out there. But once you've done all of that, it's time to push it out into the world and move on to the next track, the next project. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you watched all the way through, do me a huge favor and click like on this video. It genuinely helps grow this channel, and I want to help as many of you guys as possible. And I know there's somebody out there who wants to be a productive producer and just can't find the right content, and I want to be that for them. So if not for you, do it for that guy. Don't forget that free finishing music checklist in the description, absolutely free. Hey, if you download the free finishing music checklist and hate it, you let me know, because I want to make stuff for you guys that you guys like. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next Friday. Peace.